All right, welcome back, and we're going to walk through our learning module number 1 and the discussion board for introductions. One thing I want to point out is if you go here under faculty information over here on the left, you are going to find my email address and icon, avatar of my face and everything if you want to see that again. But again, right now I am in edit mode as an instructor. Future screencasts will be in student view whenever I have full access as a student to the course. But so it's going to look similar but a little bit different. Your course expectations agreement, which I mentioned in my first screencast, is there for you. And once you complete that, all of this down here is just going to pop up and be available for you. Now, first things first, I do want to make sure that you all do your discussion board of introductions. You want to make sure that you do tell me who you are. You can see that I have posted there for you. But I want to make sure that you give me some information about who you are, what you're doing, what are you going to use this degree for? Is there something that you love about communication? Is there something you hate about it? Are you really looking forward to studying technical communication? Do you even know what technical communication is? In my case, can you even say technical communication? Whatever it is, give me a little bit of background on you because that is, to me, always fascinating. I love people. I love knowing about them. Now, another key thing here would be useful COMM documents. This is huge because this is going to give you some information about the class in general. It's going to talk to you about the exams that you have to happen before you graduate, organized writing, APA tips, huge. Always learn how to cite your sources, otherwise all of your communication instructors will turn over in their graves eventually. Tutorial for in Word, style papers, professional emails. Hint, hint, you are going to have to, at some point in this class, critique emails. So, there you go. You're going to also have to write a memo. So, there you go. Information is there for you to see. Absolutely beautiful. Now, what I want to do again is walk you through module number 1, and let's look into what you're going to have to do this week. And if I come in here, each module is going to have a similar introduction. It's going to tell you what your expectations are and kind of preview what that particular module is about. But one of the things that I want you to focus on in here is that you are doing a class community project, and that is something that you're going to be working on for the next 5 weeks. So start looking at it now to be prepared. Never wait till the last week because then you're not prepared for everything you need to do. Attendance and participation and outcomes are there. Now again, attendance is about you submitting something on time and when it's high quality. You can submit something that says, woohoo, here I am. Well, good for you. But if you submit something that says, hey, here's this, here's that, here's my explanation, here's an example, here's how I've used this in my life or want to use it in my life, then you're good to go because then you're really communicating with the course and its material. You are here to interact and to learn, so push that for all you're worth. Now, as it says here, Module 1 outcome. By the end of this module, the students will be able to develop a rhetorical strategy that is both effective and targeted to the appropriate audience. This is huge. I don't know if you've had a public speaking course yet, but I want you to think about this. When you are communicating to people, the whole purpose is to exchange meaning, to exchange understanding. And I'm fairly certain that most of us have those circumstances in life where you have attempted to communicate something and you think that you've done a beautiful job and then the other person totally doesn't get it. You used words that to you meant something, but then the other person co-created their own meaning using those same words but bringing with it their own interpretations and connotations. This is why technical writing is so huge. Technical writing is here to communicate to others really the entire point of a product or a proposal or a mission or a task, something that you want to do. Technical writing does not have any room for error or misinterpretation. You don't want something that you've worked on to explode and then you hear a voice coming from across the room that says, oh yeah, I meant to tell you, don't hit that red button. With proper technical writing, you will know what red button not to hit and things will not explode. So knowing your audience and knowing how to communicate to them is so huge. Crafting a professional communication plan is next. You're going to be practicing storyboarding this week, which to me is a lot of fun. There are a lot of good videos from Pixar or other animation studios showing how they storyboard stories, but you will also use this to kind of train your brain how to think of something from start to finish. Because a lot of times people communicate by only thinking about where they want to go, and that is good, but you need to have a plan for getting there, a way to get there, the materials for getting there, the people for getting there, and then to make sure that when you get there, it's actually where you want it to be. So, key here. There are, of course, other outcomes, but those are the two that I really wanted to push. You are also going to be learning something about front loading, which is huge and something everyone needs to practice. That means best ideas, most important details happen first, not later. Don't hide them. Learning resources are here for you. Every week you are going to have this PDF, Writing for the Technical Professions, available for you, and there will be a PowerPoint that comes with that kind of just touches on the key points from each chapter. You will still need to read the chapters. The PowerPoints highlight, but they do not explain all. They are there to say, hi, here's some good things, but the PDF of the information really goes through it. In case you didn't watch the first screencast I put, just as a reminder, the page numbers are a little off. For example, if you have something here where it says chapters 1 through 4, pages 9 through 109, if you open up that PDF and type in page 9, you are going to end up in the table of contents. If you actually want to begin reading on page 9 of the textbook, that's actually page 36 or so of the PDF. So please be aware of that discrepancy and don't be concerned. Now, each module is also going to come with an absolute plethora of internet resources, which are so helpful. You're going to have TED Talks, you're going to have YouTube videos, you're going to have walkthroughs, and these are huge. These show you how to do what we are asking you to do. There will also be multiple links, as you can see here, that also give you examples and outside training. This is also huge because in an online class, you do not have access to lecture after lecture after lecture from an instructor. I can post screencast about something, and if there is a topic that you want a specific screencast about, please email me and I'll do one for you. But oftentimes, a lot of online classwork comes from your ability to locate outside research, examples, and sources. And so Alyssa Sloan, Dr. Sloan, who's actually built this course, has developed it with tons of resources already in place for you, but you're not limited to these. These are good things to look at, but that's not all you should look at. All there for you. I'm going to scroll down here. Now, this is going to be your work for the week. You are going to develop a cover letter, and I'll move this here so my webcam doesn't block the thing. You are going to be writing a cover letter for a job you actually would like to have. This is key because writing a cover letter for a job is going to be a little bit lackluster. If you write a cover letter for the job of your dreams, you're going to be a lot more passionate about it. So we're also going to be revising this cover letter later on in this semester, I believe. But right now, just notice that needs to be something that you are engaged by, interested in. Cover letter is normally going to be just a page, maybe two, but the textbook explains how to develop one, and several of the resources above examine that. We're going to look at the instructions very quickly. We'll hope it loads quickly. Now, as you see here, the assignment instructions are kind of simple and brief, which is good for some people, but if you're the OCD student who wants 17 pages of description and examples for everything to make sure I'm doing it right, then this is something that'll give you a good start, but the other resources on this module will really help you. As you can see here, this is what I'm going to be looking for. Are you organized and professional? Has it been structured appropriately? As it says right here, hint, look up examples online. Take the time to research this task. If there's a hint in the rubric, probably should follow it. It is useful to see examples. You can Google image it and you can see thousands of examples immediately, and while some examples will be better than others, you will be able to see the consistent themes of what looks correct. Again, it needs to be appropriate for whatever the job is. Please keep that in mind. Not all cover letters are the same. If they were the same, then you could write one and then just change the address at the top and then the name of the job in the middle and you'd be good. But each job requires its own thing. As you can tell by now, I'm a pretty animated person who's going to use kind of lively communication as opposed to formal, strict, and slow. Well, there are some jobs that I work for where lively, animated, bouncing around communication is amazing. And then there are other jobs where not so much, and that is where it is posture, shoulders back, tone is softer and slower, hair is out of the face, and it is more professional and cohesive as a presentation of self. And that should go into your cover letter. What are you applying for? Which tone are you communicating in that cover letter? Next, it has to be descriptive. You want to make sure it says, hello, this is exactly what I'm looking for. This is who I am looking for. This is when I am looking for this to be done, and this is why I'm in love with it. You have to make sure it is very key and very centered on the actual purpose of the position. Job call information is attached. This is why it says it needs to be a real job. You need to actually attach the job request so that I can see how well you have targeted the particular company or business, job, or position that is available to you. You're welcome to copy and paste all the information there. If you've, of course, found that online, please include the link so that I can find it myself. And that way I can kind of do a compare and contrast to see how well you've targeted what you need to. Again, as you can see up here, there is a link for you that explains what to do and where to go. Key point I will mention, please know who you would be writing the cover letter to. A lot of cover letters start with the to whom it may concern, and in some cases, especially if you're being evaluated by a hiring committee, you need to do that. But sometimes if you have a particular person in HR or admissions or whoever it is that would be hiring you, it's good to research enough to know that person's name and to address them directly and appropriately, because oftentimes that makes you stand out. In addition to developing a cover letter, you're going to be doing a discussion question, which is a who am I document, which is where you really answer a few questions on who you are as a person. You have to comment on 2 other people's submissions, and this is where a little earlier I said you really need to make sure you're aware of details. This is going to ask you to make meaningful comments to at least 2 people. That means please don't just put good job or I like you. That's nice, but we need a little bit more feedback. What is it that you liked? What was it that needed a little bit more clarity? What about their life was interesting to you? As it says here, it should also include information about professional communication. Since that is the focus of this class and the focus of the reading for the week, you do need to make sure that you actually bring that into the discussion at hand. As always, there will be a rubric provided for you so that you can walk through it and see what the expectations for you are. Lots and lots and lots of rubrics, which in me, it's a good thing. Formatting is there, 2 or 3 column format. Again, here it says see examples of multi-column documents on pages 82 and 83. Those are more likely going to be pages, say, 110, 111. Remember to accommodate for the page discrepancies. Again, professional images, graphics are added. It's consistent, good tone, formatting makes it clear. Bulk of this should be how does it look now, professional does it look. And again, you can Google a lot of examples here, but if you need any assistance with that one, I'll be happy to help. And then lastly, you have this long-term project down here. This is something that you're not turning in until Module 4, but it is something you will be developing as the day goes. And again, find an actual organization or company, and you're going to be developing particular documents as you go that you will eventually submit as a whole, as a complete final project. But this is entirely up to your choice. If you need some brainstorming assistance, as always, email me. And resources are there for you so that you have everything that you need. Now, in my original walkthrough, I said that this Module 1 walkthrough would be shorter. It actually ended up being longer than the introduction. I apologize for that. In future screencasts, they probably will be shorter once I know that you have the gist of everything. Now, if there's anything I can do to assist you, as always, please email me. Please contact me. You are always welcome to send questions, concerns, drafts of work. That's fine. Just say, hey, is this what you're looking for? Or I'm not sure how to make this whole 3-column thing happen. That's fine. Always email me. Always get some assistance. Please do realize that I expect you to do the work. I'm not going to do it for you, but I am here to help and to assist and to encourage. So make sure that you are on board with everything that you need to be, but make sure that you are clear and comfortable with what you're doing. This is your grade. This is your future. Let me do what I can to help. Thank you so much. That's your walkthrough with Module 1.